become the instrument through which the invisible becomes visible, the inaudible becomes audible, as heaven is anchored through us, the wordless Word of God. And then, as I've said over time, you look out and you say to yourself, what is my assignment? What is my gift? What is my gift that I am to give? I was thinking about this as I was meeting with Sandy Williams yesterday, and we were talking about, a lot of things going on here at Agape, what must be done, and, but at some point we shifted into the state of the affairs of the world, and particularly our nation, and particularly other nations that are trying to form a ban against number 45 going into their countries. And she was speaking about her daughter who was having a bad day. She was walking around the house all day and looking at the stories of those who had come to America but were being deported and may face death where they are going back. And she was not having a good day about it. And then suddenly she became aware. She said, I've got a law degree. So she called the ACLU and went down to the airport and started assisting with the legal maneuvers to help individuals stay in the country. So she went from, oh my God, look at what's going on in America, to, I got a gift. I got to use my gift. And went down and stayed at 10 o'clock at night, then went back the next day, and now she's seeing the world she wants to live in, but she's being the instrument of that which is invisible to so many, becoming visible through her gift. What's my assignment? She said in substance. And the universe gave her her assignment. And so the assignment has to come from the wordless word. In other words, you want to use your spiritual practice to vibrate at the level of the answer, so you're not merely reacting to circumstances. When there's reaction, you just pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, lift your vibration again, and say, what's my assignment? What am I to do today? Sometimes you might be called to stay at home and just pray. Sometimes you might be called to go out and join people and let your voice be heard. Sometimes you might go down and register and use your skill as an attorney, or your skill as a healer, or your skill as an educator, or a singer, or a dancer, or whatever the case may be. You'll be called according to your gifts and talents to make the invisible world visible. Because the invisible world, the oscillation or the amplitude of the love and the peace and the harmony, way more powerful than the frequencies of fear and doubt and worry and bigotry and homophobia and separation and all of the things that are temporarily popular again, temporarily. Truth is always on the vibrational throne. Truth is always reigning supreme. That which is false have a short run. For that which is true reigns supreme. We're not talking politics. We're talking vibrational frequency of love and of peace and harmony, which infuses the politics, infuses medicine, infuses education, infuses every aspect of life. And so you don't feel ashamed when you're happy. Don't feel ashamed if you feel a sense of joy when you connect with the presence. Don't feel ashamed when you get the overriding feeling that your need is met. Don't feel ashamed when you feel strong and powerful. Don't feel ashamed that you feel that you're anointed and appointed by the Spirit of God to make a difference on the planet. Don't recoil and get into the frequency of woe is me, because that becomes popular as well. Stand up in the vibrational, wordless word of enthusiasm. One with God is unanimous. One with peace is unanimous. One with joy is unanimous. And let those that dream, dream, and those that have visions, that all flesh shall see with consciousness. This world that is so real, and then not being airy-fairy about it, but being airy-gritty, bring the invisible. into the visibility through your actions and conversations. And then that which can't be seen will become obvious. It'll be just obvious, you see. Love rules. Peace rules. Joy rules. Harmony rules. Fear recedes. Fear that builds walls of separation recedes. Fear dissolves. And you're standing vibrationally in the wordless word of God. Your body temple is so happy with you because instead of all those toxic chemicals that you are creating that are prematurely aging you and creating the condition for disease and shrinking the immune system and creating incoherence around the hemispheres of the brain, your body temple is going to like, oh my God, we're getting some great endorphins flowing through here. There's some great tonic chemicals happening. What's going on? I feel an ocean of devotion happening in the body temple. And then the timeless, dimensionless takes over your awareness and the body temple, the mental body, the subtle bodies, the emotional bodies become acclimated and used to joy. This is a very important point because so many people are so used to the toxicity of fear. And hey, they're used to it. They end up looking for something to be mad at so that they can appease the addiction that comes from those toxic chemicals. And if they can't find something wrong, they'll create it in their mind, you see. And so you want your body to get used to being in joy. Doesn't let you off the hook for doing your assignment, but you do your assignment seeing the invisible world that becomes visible through your assignment, through your generosity, through your loving. Are you following what I'm saying? Yes. Somebody scream up in here. Somebody just feel a deep sense of jubilation and celebration. Let it roll for a moment. I know that you can do better than that. Let the celebration occur. God is on the throne. Peace is on the throne. Joy is on the throne. Love is on the throne, regardless of who has political office. We're under the government of the Christ consciousness. We're under the government of love and of harmony and wholeness in a world that works for the highest and best within us all. But you've got to see it. You've got to embody it. You've got to be its instrument. You got to speak from it. You got to do your assignment from it. And hold your peace until you see it. The wordless word. Look for the beauty. Feel it. It's here. It's here. The only thing that you can experience is a thought form. But you're now moving to the point of realizing the truth that makes you free. A realization in consciousness. So you look around the room, you who are sitting here today, who have sung the chants, who have heard the song, the readings, moved into prayer, hearing the word of God, feeling it. This group here tonight is mitigating so much negativity on the planet right now. And the groups that are forming around the world and around the nation, streaming live right now, are mitigating so much fear and worry and doubt. We're all together in the center and centers of coherence, rippling, dynamic wholeness that's infusing the possibility of joy and harmony and all needs met for everyone on the planet. You see? Okay, I better stop. But listen. Let me just say this. You want to, as the old saying goes, you want to think cosmically and globally and act locally, but understand you're a cosmic citizen. and you're a global citizen. You're not just an American. You know, you don't want a false patriotism that cuts you off from anyone else. Real patriotism brings love where you are, but embraces the whole planet. We're not going to shrink back to a pseudo-patriotism. We're going to expand into a global and cosmic awareness. You see? That's love. That's the teachings of the Buddha. That's the teachings of Jesus. That's the teaching of Zoroaster. That's the teaching of Baal. That's the teachings of Muhammad. That's the teaching of Kuan Yin. That's the teaching of every great spiritual teacher that has walked the planet. We're not going to shrink our consciousness and make it so local that all we think about is just us. No. We're thinking about justice for all.